It is my honor to invite our respected panelists to the dais. First of all, the chairperson of the opening session, Honorable Sujata Koirala, chairperson of the organizing committee of the ICAP workshop on human trafficking. Honorable Koirala is also the former Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. She is a Central Committee member and head of International Department of the Nepali Congress. Council of Ministers of Nepal to the dais and to take the full position of the Chief Guest of the day. Of course, his role in the successful implementation of the recently concluded Constituent Assembly election is historical. And of course, last but not the least, Honorable Chung Yi-yong, co-chairman of the Standing Committee and Secretary General of the ICAP. Honorable Yong is also a well-respected diplomat, a member of Parliament, to light the panas, and may I request Honorable Sujata Koirala to accompany him to the panas.
Chairman of the Council of Ministers of the Government of Nepal, Honorable Minister Priti Baba, Pradhan, Government of Nepal, Honorable KP Sharma Oli, UML Leader, Honorable Chung Wee-yong, Co-Chairman of the Standing Committee and Secretary General of the ICAP, Honorable Malahat Ibrahim Khizi, Co-Chairperson of the ICAP Women's Wing, Member of Parliament and Member of the Political Council, Yeni Azerbaijan Party, Honorable Park In-soo, Co-Chairperson of the ICAP Women's Wing, Member of the National Assembly, Sai Nuri, New Frontier Party of Korea. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests and esteemed delegates from ICAP member states at this August gathering in this historic capital city of Nepal. I welcome the presence of the Right Honorable Mr. Khilraj Redmi, Chairman of the Council of Ministers, and respected colleagues from political parties of Nepal, which underpins the importance Nepal attaches to the conference. Human trafficking continues to persist as a modern form of slavery. It is an offense and constitutes a serious threat to the enjoyment of human rights and human dignity. The overwhelming number of trafficked victims has been women and children. These challenges has assumed an alarming proportion at national, regional and international levels. It is distressing to see in many parts of the world, including our own region, that gender continues to shape one's role at home, society and the economy in the 21st century. More so, birth of a girl child in a family often still stands as one of the most unfortunate things to happen. Girls remain powerless as they are largely excluded from opportunities that we consider as given. Let us never ever forget that gender disparities at young age had long-term impacts in national life and proved to be more costly to overcome later. It is encouraging to see the international development community recognizing gender equality and empowerment of women as one of the important and legitimate policy goals, and its inclusion as in the Millennium Development Goals. Individual countries have recognized the gravity of the situation and come up with various mechanisms in developing and least developed countries. In the South Asian region, SAARC has adopted a convention on combating and prevention of trafficking in women and children for prostitution in 2002. Having duly recognized the grave consequences of gender differences and disparities, ICAP has been organizing a series of meetings since May 2008 on women's leadership and empowerment. These meetings have been a positive force at strengthening unity among Asian countries to bring the core issues to the fore and underlining the urgency to address the associated challenges in a comprehensive, coordinated and consistent manner. Asia and the Pacific region have increasingly acquired global attention because of its dynamism amidst vast diversity. It is both an opportunity and challenges on all of us to manage the rich diversity and enrich the unique unity among Asian countries to address the unfolding challenges of all sorts before us. I am happy to report that the ICAP has also been trying to reach out to political parties in Latin America and the Caribbean and share experiences from the best practices to advance the cause of women empowerment. It has also started coordinating with political parties in Africa to establish a similar organization. We aim to bring together political parties regardless of their ideological orientations from Asia, Africa and Latin America in 2014 and develop into a global institution. We hope that coming together of political parties from across the world would strengthen our quest for a more peaceful, equitable and prosperous world. Human trafficking is a global issue and therefore requires international coordination and cooperation to fight it. Several factors including gender disparities, economic inequality, lack of empowerment, opportunities, absence of basic social services as well as other oppressive conditions especially affecting women and children create fertile nurseries leading to human trafficking. Tendency to imitate modern luxury lifestyle, glamour, placing aspirations among others make them vulnerable to trafficking. It is painful to note that fact that more than 50% of human trafficking happens in Asia and the Pacific. At the 4th World Conference on Women held in Beijing in September 1995, there was a commitment to advance the goals of equality, development and peace for all women everywhere in the interest of humanity. It is my firm belief that we can best work to realize these goals by unleashing energies of our youthful population and empowering them regardless of color or creed, ethnicity and economic status. We look forward to valuable contributions from the distinguished participants and make the workshop relevant to the victims of this heinous crime to give them a dignified life. With the words, I once again express warm words of welcome to the esteemed delegates and respected friends and wish all of you a pleasant stay in Nepal. At the end, I would also like to thank Turkish Cooperation and Coordination Agency, TICA, and Korean International Cooperation Agency, KOICA, for their valuable support. I wish the workshop a great success. Thank you.
Today, it is great pleasure for me to extend welcome remarks on behalf of the International Conference of Asian Political Parties to the distinguished guests from different countries and ladies and gentlemen. Since the inception of the International Conference of Asian Political Parties, ICAP, in September 2000, has been in person to establish the goodwill to promote Asia's regional cooperation to enhance mutual understanding and trust among Asian countries and to promote exchanges and cooperation between political parties from different Asian countries and with various ideologies. This is the organization for harmonizing all the Asian political parties and esteemed leaders around the globe for their collective visions, missions, ideologies and power to make peace, prosperity and happiness throughout the region and the world. Likewise, it has succeeded to bring them together from Northwest Asia, Southeast Asia, Central Asia, West Asia, Middle East and Oceania by organizing fraternal assemblies regularly, and it has become now a positive force for mutual understanding of Asian countries and people. The testimony to make them possible is by gaining around the reality and eligibility to participation of more than 300 political parties in the region with diverse political ideologies and backgrounds in this state. The ICAP Standing Committee, which is comprised of 22 leading political parties representing different sub-regions of Asia, has also been meeting regularly more than twice a year since 2004 to organize ICAP activities and programs in an effective and concerted way. 7 general assemblies of the ICAP have been successfully held in Manila, Bangkok, Beijing, Seoul, Astana, Phnom Penh, and Bangkok. ICAP has also organized several fruitful international seminars on different important issues in different countries. I found the programs were not only creating the federal environment and cordial relations, but also heightening our relationship among the Asian political leaders that could bring them together for the unity in the region. So I said the forum is very useful to exchange opinions, communicate with each other, and share our problems and experiences and practices in the regions. For this reason, immediately after the Xi'an International Conference of ICAP on Green Development in 2013, I organized a one-day seminar, national conference, on the same topic in which the high-level officials of the government, different political parties, leading of the civil society, leaders of the civil societies, related organizations, experts, etc., were invited. I especially involved on the conference to draw attention to the government of Nepal, political parties, and concerned organizations. As my notion, they have presented and made the conference to a successful manner. Hopefully, it might have assisted while developing the national plan of action for government of Nepal and in the activities of the related organizations. I wish for this forum to accomplish its goal successfully and prolong its height as our highest peak Mount Everest that propel Asia and their people along the road to our stability and prosperity. Now, I can also and it is the happiest moment that it has decided to organize a seminar on human trafficking in Kathmandu. The topic is very crucial in the present world that the whole Asian region are facing many food problems and contending some situation on the state issues throughout the region. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime defines human trafficking as the recruitment, transport, transfer, harboring, or receipt of a person by such means of trade, or use of force or other forms of coercion, of abduction or fraud, or deception for the purpose of exploitation. Anuradha Koirala, who is our president, and Judy Mayan, who are president internationally because of their outstanding job for anti-human trafficking efforts. According to the 11th annual trafficking in persons report, Washington Post, the government of Nepal has continued to improve efforts to combat human trafficking despite limited resources. While the government of Nepal established the Central Crime Investigative Bureau's special unit to investigate trafficking and increase its direct financial support for protection services in Nepal and abroad, the lack of proactive victim identification was cited in the report as a persistent serious problem. Many challenges remain in combating trafficking. There is a lack of quantitative data on trafficking, mostly because of its illegal and clandestine nature. It needs to improve Nepal's anti-trafficking efforts, including increased law enforcement efforts against all types of trafficking, the establishment of a formal procedure to identify victims of trafficking and refer them to protection services, and the promotion of legal awareness programs to potential trafficking victims are inevitable for its improvement. Again, Women Rights Unit was established in Nepal in 16 January 2003, according to mark 1959 years, to ensure better protection and promotion of women's rights. From the inception, Women Rights Unit is formally upholding the realm of international standard of human rights in policing and monitoring the human rights practices within the organization. Women Rights Unit is currently developing a pool of instructors for the purpose of conducting training and orientations across the regions, sub-regions, and districts. United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights in the world is leading hands for this cause. International Committee of the Red Cross is also assisting Human Rights Unit and various training initiatives this unit has undertaken. Hence, freeing victims, preventing trafficking, and bringing traffickers to justice are the ultimate goals and the vital goal of government. Governments, international organizations, and non-governmental organizations are significant. Poverty and unawareness are the main sources and reasons for human trafficking, and to control this crime against humanity mainly, we have to do two things. They are alleviate poverty, increase awareness among the vulnerable people, control crime using different measures, and rescue and rehabilitate victims. To do all these things, political parties and the sector organizations, respective governments, different international agencies, and the civil society, NGOs and INGOs should work together. This is, in this regard, my party, CPN and its sister organization, All Nepal Witness Association, are working together for decades, using their wide and strong organizational network, and have contributed to their best directly and indirectly as well. To discuss, interact on comprehensive subjects from different dimensions, many delegates from Asian political parties are invited to attend this crucial seminar. They are from Afghanistan, Azerbaijan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Cambodia, China, India, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Korea, Laos, Malaysia, Mongolia, Myanmar, Pakistan, Philippines, Russia, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Turkey, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, etc. I would like to welcome you all, the distinguished delegates, on this August gathering. I hope that your valuable and articulate history, deliberations, and papers will make this seminar crucial, a successful and come out a significant vision, which might assist to solve the problems on the human trafficking among the Asian countries to a peaceful way. In this way, such kind of interactions brings our different communities from the Asian region together and put their voices at a conference at a time and would decide to make the real solution. I wish this session could reach a success and come up with a significant conclusion. These opportunities will enhance our fraternal relationship and conviction to a height. I wish you all for the successful program while listening all once. Thank you.
It is an honor for Nepal to host the International Committee of Asian Political Parties workshop on human trafficking. And I am privileged to be a part of this event. As a Minister of the Ministry of Women, Children and Social Welfare, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to present the keynote speech on human trafficking in this forum. And in other parts of South Asia, human trafficking has been a problematic issue in Nepal. Nepal has been facing human trafficking since ages. Due to the open border to India, trafficking used to be the only internal and cross-border in nature till the 20th century. Nowadays, the dimensions of trafficking have been expanded to trans-border nature as well. Taking into this account, the government of Nepal has been trying to address the issue in collaboration with the concerned stakeholders, including development partners, using preventive and protective measures along with prosecution. Human trafficking is a heinous crime. In order to cope with it, justice to be effective is essential. Simultaneously, the victims need immediate services in terms of socio-psychological counseling, education, training, and rehabilitation and reintegration into the society. Nepal has adopted a number of legislations and norms as a part of anti-human trafficking activities, some of which are Human Trafficking and Transportation Control Act 2007, Human Trafficking and Transportation Control Regulation 2008, Gender-Based Violence Act 2009, Foreign Employee Act, Psychosocial Counseling Guideline 2012 addresses human trafficking. Similarly, National Minimum Standard 2011 for the services to be provided to the victims of trafficking, Standard Operation Procedure of Rehabilitation Centers 2011, National Plan of Action Against Trafficking of People, especially women and children 2012 are some of the provisions associated with this issue. As for the Human Trafficking and Transportation Control Act 2007, the National Committee for Controlling Human Trafficking is constituted under the chairmanship of Secretary of Ministry of Women, Children and Social Welfare, which includes 2 trafficking survivors and 3 representatives of NGOs, which have been working actively in this area. Likewise, District Committee for Controlling Human Trafficking under the chairmanship of Chief District Officer is formed at the district level. This committee includes a journalist to create awareness to the society about trafficking through mass media. In order to implement the issue more effectively, Ministry of Women, Children and Social Welfare has been disseminating the key documents up to the grassroots level. It is worth mentioning that the government of Nepal has established a rehabilitation fund with regular annual contributions. This resource is being used solely for the purpose of anti-trafficking initiatives, including the rehabilitation of victims who are staying in the rehabilitation centers located in different district parts of the country, namely Chapa, Orsa, Sindupalcho, Kathmandu, Chitwan, Rupande, Pale, and Kerala. In general, the efforts are directed towards protection, prevention, and prosecution. Protection and prevention activities are regularly being carried out through different governmental entities like the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Ministry of Women, Children and Social Welfare, Department of Women and Children Development. Similarly, Nepal Police, Attorney General Office and Judiciary perform the key role in the prosecution part. However, major role of all development partners and NGOs for the successful execution of anti-trafficking should not be forgotten. They have been contributing directly or indirectly through training, advocacy and capacity development programs. In spite of all these legislations, provisions and programs, lack of awareness has been posing threat in the rural area. Inadequate alignment of trafficking laws, regulations, policies, plans and programs with government's annual budget and program is also a serious challenge to this sector. In addition, inadequate coordination among donors, NGOs, and government offices in anti-trafficking initiatives is another reason for the setback. I hope this workshop among policymakers, politicians, and government officials and other stakeholders will be of great significance to improve the situation regarding human trafficking. I discussed about the problems and views during the plenary sessions. The valuable inputs will support in constructing Kathmandu declaration, which will guide all the stakeholders to combat human trafficking. I believe that the workshop will also address to the more robust policies, strategies, institutions, and mechanisms, and the declaration will be an inspirational document towards implementing activities agency strategy. The policies and declarations solely will not be enough to solve the challenges in human trafficking. I would like to appeal all the stakeholders, government entities, development partners, NGOs, civil societies, volunteers, political parties to deliberately participate in combating human trafficking. Finally, I wish for the successful execution of the workshop. My heartfelt gratefulness to the organizer for projecting the precious fund. Let us join our hands together and raise our voices to make anti-trafficking a great achievement regionally and globally.